Well, we said we were going to do this at some point in the channel, and now here we are. What's up, guys? I'm Jared.
I'm Adam.
And we're the Goldtronic Gamers here with Mega Man 1 for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yep. And fun fact: originally we were gonna actually play this. We were gonna play this game as authentic as possible on the real NES, which I do own. And here is proof right here. If you can put that in the center of the screen. But the TV I used to play my NES isn't working right now, so we are playing this off the Mega Man Classic Legacy Collection on the Nintendo Switch.
Yep. Alright, so
we have Cutman, Gutsman, Iceman, Bombman, Fireman, and Electman. Who you going first? Because the thing about Mega Man is that you can play these stages in any order you want.
Yeah, for its time, it was incredibly inventive with its non-linearity.
Which means it gives the game replay value.
Replay value as well as well, I don't know what to say, but anyway, what I'm going to first.
Yeah, so who are you going first?
I usually go, in my runs, I usually go for Bombman first. Which I think the reason they called him Bombman was because they might have called him Bomberman, but I believe Bomberman came out, so they had to change it to not get sued.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I did. Well, I'm actually just theorizing.
Oh.
So, would my partner please tell them what Mega Man is all about?
So, for those who don't know or haven't played this game, Mega Man is a side-scrolling run-and-gun platformer. This is kind of like Cuphead, except
nowhere near as difficult.
Yeah, but make no mistake, this game is hard.
And for a lot of arbitrary reasons. And Mega Man 1 is usually notorious for being one of the harder Mega Man games. Because of its unnecessary difficulty.
Yep. So like we mentioned earlier, the cool thing about this game is that you can play any of the 6 Robot Masters in any order you want.
I usually go with Bombman first.
I usually go Cutman first, because another cool thing about this game is that, I know this is massive spoilers, but when you defeat a Robot Master, you get to keep their special weapon, so you can use them against other Robot Masters. And the cool thing with that is that certain Robot Masters are weak to certain weapons.
Well, all the Robot Masters have weaknesses, including the Robot Master that you start off with.
Yeah.
And each weapon, well, not starting this game, but each of the weapons do have a name, but in this game they don't say what it is.
Yeah. Now, another thing about the Robot Masters being weak to certain weapons is that if you play the game in a certain way, you actually go in what's known as a weakness chain. Yep. Where you take out one Robot Master, you can go off and fight the Robot Master who's weak to that weapon. Like, for example, when Jared you died?
Yeah, first death.
Well, you did pass the checkpoint, so.
Yeah, but that's the thing with spikes. You pretty much die instantly.
Yeah, Mega Man is insta-killed by spikes. So when Jared defeats Bombman here and gets his weapon.
Oh my god! I pressed jump!
Anyways, when Jared defeats Bombman and gets his weapon, he could potentially go off and fight the Robot Master who's weak to that weapon.
Right. We're not going to tell you who we're going to fight next after Bombman. We'll tell you once after we beat Bombman and get back to the stage select. And so, another thing with the Mega Man games is that despite its non-linearity, you still have to beat all 6 Robot Masters, or all the Robot Masters to progress forward. In this game, the number of Robot Masters you face in the future games are different, but in this one, there are only 6.
Yep, now this game this is the only Mega Man game to have 6 Robot Masters. In the future, it's always going to be 8.
That's spoilers, Adam.
Well, I'm saying. I'm just letting them know how things go moving forward. And now, Jared has reached the boss gate door to Bombman.
Yep. And in case you do die to the Robot Master, it takes you right back here and not all the way back to the start.
Yeah, you do. If you die to the Robot Master, you do respawn at this little hallway here.
Now the hallways in the future games are much more harmless than the ones in this game are.
Oh, and this is Bombman.
Yep. This is why I usually like taking on Bombman first, because his attack is a bit predictable if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but if you don't, and there you go.
You're saying? What are you gonna say?
I don't know, but that's Bombman taken care of, and now Jared gets what's known as the Hyper Bomb.
Which this game doesn't say unless you have the manual.
Yeah, this game does. Going forward, all the other games will tell you the name of the weapon you get after defeating said Robot Master. But Jared just gained the Hyper Bomb.
Yep. Alright. And now that I have the Hyper Bomb, I can now take on the Robot Master that is weak to the Hyper Bomb, which would be Gutsman right here.
Now, Gutsman stage has one of the more infamous obstacles in the game.
Especially at the start of the stage. Oh, and right here, you see this enemy here with the helmet?
Those are mechs.
Or Metars.
They will appear in every Mega Man game going forward. They're a staple of the series.
They're basically the Mega Man version of the Goombas. So,
and this is what we're talking about.
These lifts fucking suck.
Because if you fall down a pit, you go skyrocketing to your death, and we're not even fucking joking. We're gonna try our best not
to show up.
Yeah, we're gonna try our best not to show that off. But if you do fall down, it's gonna be.
He basically sinks like a rock. Wow. Oh jeez. I hated this part when I was a kid.
Yep, see, there you go.
Yes. I really hated that part when I was a kid playing this game.
I think every Mega Man fan hates this fucking part of the stage. Luckily, this is the only time you run into it at this stage, though. It's just a pain in the ass trying to get past it. Now the whole falling like a stone in water thing only happens in this game. And he has a bit more of a his fall kind of like builds up in later games. Yeah. So okay.
Do you hate these enemies?
Yes, I do. Because fun fact about Mega Man. We should have mentioned this game was made by Capcom, and I bring that up because Mega Man was released in 1987 for the Nintendo Switch, 1 year after one of Capcom's 4 infamous games was released on the NES, Ghosts and Goblins. And those enemies that Jared's faced right there remind me of the Red Devils from Ghosts and Goblins.
Those pickaxe enemies suck.
Well, not those. I'm not talking about the pickaxe guys. I'm talking about those green guys right there.
Oh, yeah, the propeller hats?
Yeah, they remind me of the Red Devils from Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh, wow, I didn't even try for that. Yeah!
And extra life get.
I usually don't get that. But today's my lucky day. Oh no, I hate this enemy in the first game. It sucks.
Yeah, this enemy can be a bit annoying, especially in later games.
Well, it's not so bad in later games, because Oh wow, I actually killed it. And it respawned.
Yep, Mega Man has a serious respawn problem where if you off-screen an enemy that you just defeated by 1 inch and go back, they will be there.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that in like the NES versions of the NES games.
But sometimes
which you want to know how many NES games there are of Mega Man? 6, which to this day is more than half of the series.
Yep, they didn't switch to the SNES until Mega Man 7. So now we get to use the new weapon.
Actually, usually whenever I have low health and I have an extra life to spare, I usually let the Robot Master kill me so I can have full health.
Oh yeah, same here. That's what I do too.
So I'm gonna let Gutsman kill me. Alright, so Gutsman, he's a bit more difficult than Bombman, especially with his ground pound attack that will stun you, kind of like the Sludge Bros in Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yep. The only way to avoid that ground pound attack is to jump.
And I'll be also be honest, the Hyper Bomb is a bit hard to aim, especially when you're trying to fight Gutsman.
Yep.
Alright, and also, whenever you equip a different weapon aside from the regular weapon that Mega Man has, which is the Mega Buster, he's normally blue, but any other weapon he has, it changes its color scheme. So the Hyper Bomb changes Mega Man to green.
Yep, and this applies to all other weapons in the game. I think this was done to show off the NES's color palette, if I remember correctly.
I believe so, yes. Now, it doesn't take many Hyper Bombs to kill Gutsman, it's just more of a matter if he can get into the blast radius of the bombs.
Yep.
And the rocks that he throws at you can also be a pain.
Yep.
But in any case, we beat Gutsman.
Yep.
And now we got his power up.
The Super Arm. Jinx.
Okay then. You're really gonna do me like that?
Yes.
You're really gonna jinx me?
That's what you do when you just never mind. So we got the Super Arm. Who are you going next?
Alright, so the Robot Master that is weak to the Super Arm is Cutman. Now, interestingly enough, there's actually good history for Cutman in Mega Man. So Cutman was actually meant to be what Mega Man is. He was meant to be the protagonist.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Why did that change?
I can't exactly remember, but probably. I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but well, I can't remember the details. But the bottom line is, Cutman was meant to be the player.
Interesting.
Yeah. And here's another interesting fact about Mega Man 1. It was developed by 6 people, which is not a very big team.
Wow, the development team was that small?
Yep. And yes, that did include the series creator, who is no longer working at Capcom, KJ Inafune.
Yeah.
But I think for what it's worth, despite being one of the harder Mega Man games, I think it still did its job pretty well and cemented. Well, actually, no, it did not cement Mega Man's. It did not cement Mega Man's reputation. It did not cement Mega Man as being Capcom's most successful franchise, because after Capcom was already released, they were already moving on to other projects.
Yeah, and which
it didn't become successful until the second game.
Yeah, which Mega Man 2
is leaps and bounds better than the first game.
Yeah, it was also created under the development. Capcom Mega Man 2 was created under the free time that the developers had. Because, like Jared just mentioned, Capcom wanted to forget about Mega Man and move on.
Which is why I said they were going to move on to other projects. But, I mean, and I guess I will say now, yes, we are doing all the mainline Mega Man games 1 through 11.
We're also doing two other games in the classic lineup. We're gonna do Wily Tower, that was released on the Wily Wars, and yes, people, we're doing what is considered to be the worst classic game in the entire series, Mega Man and Bass.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Neither am I.
And I mean, what else can we say about Mega Man? Oh, right. So, I guess like another thing we could say is that like when we do more games, we're kind of, this is more like something that I should warn the viewers in advance. Is that when it comes to Mega Man games or like any other franchise owned and developed by Capcom, just pretty much expect that there's going to be high and low points in pretty much all the mainline series.
Yep.
Including Mega Man.
Yep. Which we should mention, on this channel, we're only going to be covering 2 of the main Mega Man series. We're doing the Classic series and Mega Man X. We're not doing anything else after that, so do not ask us to do the others.
Well, actually, I kind of want to show off Mega Man Battle Network.
Well, okay, sure, we can show off Battle Network, but aside from that, we're just sticking to the Classic and the X series.
Alright. Man, I don't have any extra lives.
Ah, shoot.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
You only have 1 sliver of health.
Challenge accepted. Until I'm cut, man, I'm going 1 health.
Yeah, this is gonna go down in flames. Yep.
Alright, I'll cut when I get back to Cutman.
Yep. And we're back.
Yeah, it was actually pretty quick. Alright. I might let Cutman kill me so I can regain my health.
Yeah, that's probably the best. You don't have much health to fight him anyway.
Oh, my God, he didn't do that last time. He didn't do that last time. He just straight up jumped and threw his scissors at me. That's bullshit. Also, like, you might notice that, like, every time, you might have noticed already, but is that whenever you get introduced, whenever you start a Robot Master stage, which you might have, they also reveal their name and their score. This is the only game that shows how many points you get. No other game does that.
Because keeping score in a game like this is kind of an arcade concept that's not really used anymore.
Alright, so
because honestly, what does score mean in the long run?
In this game, nothing really.
And that's Cutman. From him we gained the rolling cutter.
Alright, I think with that we're gonna call it apart.
Yep.
Next time on Mega Man 1, we are gonna take on Elecman next, with the rolling cutter in hand.
Yep, so see you guys then.
Bye.